you all for coming out here to the Pitches and Tones first ever spring concert. This is the first time we've been at a concert in the spring. And we have a special surprise group for you here tonight by the name of Ruckus. And they will say a few things first, say a few things. So, couple important points of business. First of all, there have been rumors circulating around the internet that there will be pilaf served at this event. That is not the case, unfortunately. There will be no pilaf, rice pilaf, or snacks of any kind for anyone here. If you brought your own snack, you are welcome to eat your snack. I don't think technically you're allowed to tell anybody. But if you need to leave and get a snack at intermission, I understand, come find me, say, Jake, I really need to go get a snack. Can you stall until I give you the signal? And I have, courtesy of all of my friends on the internet, enough stories about goats to really keep going for like a solid 15 minutes, at least, so you'll be fine. Other point of business, your cell phones. Here they are, like this, beautiful tablets, and turn them on to silent, unless you have some really cool ringtone that's totally worth our time. In which case, if it's silent, between songs and then it comes on, it'll give us a dance break, and I think we can all use a dance break. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Ruckus. And they wanted me to tell their story of how their group formed, and so I will. And they had it written down, but I lost the paper, but it's okay because I have it to heart, memorized completely. The year was 1876. In the town of Quebec City, capital of Quebec, province of Quebec, in Canada. 3 men, Jean Richard, Claude, Michel, and Bob are all huddled around the fire on the streets. It is not a good year to be in Quebec. It is cold, everything is gray and dreary, and they're all feeling pretty down about themselves and their lives. And all of a sudden, they look up in the sky, and a mysterious object starts getting bigger, and it's a flying saucer. And it comes down, and it lands right outside of their fire. And a little gangplank comes down, and 4 aliens step out of the spaceship. 4 aliens that look gaudy, and they just seem so spontaneous. And they brighten up the lives of Jean-Claude, Michel, and Bob. And they're immortal. And so they've actually been a club at the University of Pittsburgh. They relocated from Quebec City because no one really wants to live in Quebec City unless they really have to. And so Ruckus is actually the oldest club at the university, not one of the oldest. That would be 1876 to now, you do the math. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Ruckus! Give it a hand! So as I said previously, I have really a lot of goat stories about goats. We weren't planning on this being a goat-themed concert, but that's just sort of the way that it worked out. And so if it becomes too much, you should just go, stop talking about goats!
Stop talking about goats!
And if it's too little, sorry, I just one more thing to say, if it's too little, then just and then maybe if I don't talk about it for long enough, the whole audience will erupt and I'm that's really why I came here. I don't know why you guys came here. But anyways, we got some Beyonce for you. So she also arranged that song. She's multi-talented. She's totally not one-dimensional as a human being. This next song is an oldie. We brought it back. We actually performed this and 2 other songs scattered throughout the program. If you really are a Pitches and Tones fan, you will know which ones they are. And if you guess correctly, I will come up to you and I will give you a high five. No, not now, when they come up to the song. They'll be raise your hand, and I'll be oh yes, is there a question? You can be well, bam! And then I'll come over and give you a high five like that, and it'll be great. We're both excellent. But anyway, this is a song from Hercules. Yeah, we're Disney. Ghost. Do you want a true goat story, story or false goat story? False goat story. Okay. So, this one comes from our very own Joy Gibbons. This is going to be like a submission, like a radio show. Like you call in and you tell a goat story, and I like read you like the interaction between us as they were telling me the goat story. So Joy Gibbons, age, we won't disclose ages. Never mind. Joy Gibbons actually used to be very, very important founding member of this group. We all love her very much. Is she around? Love you. Let's give her a round of applause. Joy Gibbons. Recently have a child named Josh, which is kind of a big deal for us. Is that fair? But so anyways, quick take video. Oh no, stop later. Okay. Maybe we can get him up on stage. No, probably not. So, with that background, Joy Gibbons says, I have a story about a goat. It tried to kiss me, but instead it butted me in the face with its head and bruised my lip. Except that that was my yearling song, not a goat. Other than that, it could have been a goat story. Yeah, so now we're going to Pramod Jacobs and Susan Weedle, who used to actually be in a relationship. A really long time ago. They were, like really long time ago, they were both, they're actually both vampires. So they look like they're really young, but they're secretly immortal. And so when a vampire picks its mate, it does so by feeding on a mortal. And then the mortal at first is like, oh no, I'm becoming a vampire. But then it's like, they go up and they're singing. This is important. Otherwise the song doesn't mean anything. Thank you. Just bear with me for a second. So, as I was saying, usually the way that vampires end up being lovers is one of them's not a vampire, one of them's a vampire, one of them bites a non-vampire, the other vampire says, oh, you attacked me, oh wait, I'm in love with you. And then they spend eternity together. And this happened, but they were playing Scrabble, and there was a little bit of a disagreement over which dictionary to use, and they ended up splitting up, but they're still both immortal, and they run into each other sometimes. And at first it was just kind of awkward, and then it got really awful. Now they're cool with it, they resolved their differences by writing a song about it. This one's arranged by Reed Carter. Story about goats that is real, based 100% in fact, no fiction, no deceptions, no plot twists, just goats. Anyways, so this one comes from Emily Kern. Anyways, so I was scaring the crowd for her, but I'm not a good crowd scarer. So Emily Kern. Emily says, hello Jake Bozine. My Canadian cousins have a goat farm. The goats are numerous and good-looking. It is utopia. I said, if you tell me more about this farm, I will seriously say it on a stage. To which she replied, well, I think there are about 30 goats. They wander around large fields all day, jumping on each other, and eating grass and gallivanting, and then come up to the house in the mornings and evenings for more substantial food and to get milked. My Aunt Kevin makes cheese with it, which she sometimes sells at the local market along with my Uncle Lynn's pottery and vegetables. They live in a town of less than 1,000 people in Quebec. So this would be like not Quebec City. In Quebec, in a house that they built themselves. It is one of the best places currently to visit in existence. You can feed baby goats and get bitten by grown-up goats, and swim in the nearby pond and pet cats and eat goat cheese all day long. It is so good. Keep goats in your thoughts always. Thank you, Emily. Now we got some olive for you. When you get excited and you're dancing and you want to drink water too. Where are my goat stories? You don't like it, but Jay loves it. this is more of a goat eulogy of sorts. It's actually really sad, but it fits the mood of our next song. And so I just like figured it'd be a way to bring you guys down. You don't even know what goat story this is. Oh, it's fine, right? You don't even know anything about goats at all. So there's a girl in the world whose name, for the purposes of the story, has been changed. Her name, we'll call her Bangladesh, we'll say. So she has 3 goats in her family, and whether it is because the goats themselves are dumb or deeply depressed, she woke up one morning and she only had 1 goat. One of them had accidentally hung itself on its collar on the fence. Another one had drowned in the pool. And now she only has 1 goat. And so this is a song to commemorate those goats who are fallen. Bangladesh's goats and others who've experienced the same pain of goat loss. I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Virgova and Miss Viveka Mandava in the back. I wrote this one for you guys. This is for you. Our show is coming to a close soon. It brings memories of tears, traces of tears, metaphorical tears to my eyes. I promised myself a week. No, I'm kidding. But can I be real for a moment? Can I be real, y'all? One second. Who are the so we got some seniors here. So for me, Mr. Jacobs, Pramod Jacobs, Kate Glover, Dulcia Wong, you're like a 50, but you're a senior. And Freddie. And myself. We've been with this in the past 4 years and just seeing these guys grow and singing, well not playing, you don't have instruments. Singing with you guys the last 4 years has been like really incredible, and I'm really gonna miss this. Yeah. And I just wanted to thank all of you for putting up with me for the past 4 years, and all of you for putting up with me for the past 2 hours. And again, to Ruckus, you guys are fantastic, and we got one more song for you guys. Thanks so much.